All right, what's cracking, people? So today we are going to fix a leak on our third brake light of one of our Dodge Rams, which apparently is something that happens to all of them, and you have to replace the gasket with this, is what they say on YouTube. And they say that it only takes 5 minutes to take this apart, put this on, put it back together, and you're done. I am horrible at anything mechanical, so we're going to put the YouTube 5 minutes to the test and see how long this actually takes me to do. I'm gathering a lot more than 5 minutes, but here we go. Replacing the weather stripping essentially on the third brake light of a Dodge Ram. All right, here we go. So they say you need a Phillips screwdriver, a knife, the weather stripping, something to clean with, a rag to clean around the outside, and this takes 5 minutes. So here we go. We're going to take the 5-minute changing challenge. It is 2:39, so we'll just call her 2:40, and I'll give myself an extra maybe minute here. So this screw is like crazily loose, which could be actually the whole problem. Maybe if I just tighten these screws. But if we're going to take these off anyways, we might as well replace the gasket, because it doesn't seem like it's that big a deal. At least that's what they say on the YouTube. The YouTube says it's not a big deal. But we'll see. It's definitely leaking into the truck, so there's that. Everyone says Dodge Ram did a terrible job with these gaskets, so we have two of them. This is the first one that's leaked. Let's see how easily this comes out of here. It does not come out easily. Oh, there we go. It came out pretty easily. So they say that you have to unsnap this or something to do this, to get this done. I guess you unsnap this, or so these are easy to get out, these lights, but getting this thing off of here is proving to be a bit more difficult. They said it just slides on. It does not want to let go. Don't want to break it. This is probably easier if you don't have this fuel tank and this toolbox in the way on your truck. Fuck. Oh, there we go. We got it off. Probably a little bit different than how they wanted us to get it off, but that's the light. So I guess you take this gasket off. This part does not seem like it's going to take... this part of the operation does not seem like it's going to be fast, because the gasket is pretty sealed to the light. Maybe this is what you use the knife for. Let's see. Huh. I feel like this gasket's going to come off in pieces. And then getting it off the light is going to be friggin' painful. Because the new gasket's not going to seal if this one is still on it. For me, it looks like it's going to be longer than 5 minutes. YouTube says you got to clean it off to make sure that this new stuff is adhering to the old light. So all right, all cleaned off. So I guess the second step is to install the new weather stripping, which is, everyone on YouTube says MD Auto Marine weather stripping. This is what everyone uses to fix these lights apparently. So that's a mess. I don't think I can accomplish this in 5 minutes. I don't know, maybe someone else can, but I'm not that guy. Self-adhesive. All right, there we go. We're in. All right. I don't know how they bent this on YouTube. To get it to go all the way around. So we need that, plus that, plus that. So we need about this much. I guess they cut it with a knife, because they didn't say you needed any kind of scissors or pliers. So there we go. All right, let's give this the best go possible. They didn't really show you how to do this on YouTube either, which they just showed you the final product, which, you know, for me is a bit, I know what I'm trying to achieve, but how to achieve it, I'm not 100%. So on YouTube, their corners looked a lot better. On the other YouTube channel, maybe I'm not capable of doing better corners, so there's that. But I think it looks close and similar. I think it looks pretty similar to what it's supposed to look like. I guess we got to cut this off here now. If I was recommending this, I would tell people you don't just need a knife, but you need a pair of scissors maybe. Although the knife works pretty good. The knife works all right, but I think a quick snip with a pair of scissors would probably be easier. So then on YouTube, so they have it like this, and then there's you put the middle piece in afterwards on YouTube. So we will, I think we'll put this in the other way. So this is definitely more than 5 minutes, but I don't know that it's super long. And it's definitely something you could, if I can do this, then anyone could do it, and you can probably do it yourself. So this new weather stripping that gets recommended is definitely a lot more substantial, for sure, than the old weather stripping. So again, I think that potentially a pair of scissors would have been a better solution for this than a knife, but I'm going only with what was recommended on the YouTube fix for this light. So this turned out looking almost exactly the same as what it looks like on the YouTube video that I saw. So hopefully this works. So again, I would probably bring scissors to do this. I don't know if I would, and I would probably have something different for scraping the old gasket off, because that part of it was a bit painful. But this seems to be exactly what they say works great on YouTube. So we will see how this goes, I guess. They do say that you have to clean the area, so before you put this in, which makes sense, obviously. Just said bring a little cleaner, so we're going to use a little cleaner on this. That's what got recommended, so that's what we will do to get it perfectly cleaned up. All right, we're ready to put the light back in. So I guess first we will, oh, that thing's stationary, so that's, flip it around. Okay, that's back in. I got the light upside down, of course, because that's just how I roll as a person. And then we will put the screws back in and see if this repair works. So here's the light going back in. One in, but we won't tighten it all the way until we have the other one in as well. And then we'll crank it down like it says on the YouTube video. So that's as tight as I can get it. They said hand tighten it, so I don't want to break the light. So there you go. Now the question is, how long did this take? They said 5 minutes. I haven't cleaned up, so give me a couple minutes to clean up. This took till 3:05, so this took me 25 minutes as opposed to 5, I think. I think we started at, yeah, the video is 26 minutes, so this is a 25-minute fix. Call it half an hour. Maybe someone could do it in 5 minutes. Not me, but maybe someone. So if you're watching the Dodge Ram third brake light repair on YouTube and they tell you 5 minutes, give yourself an hour, because I think that would be more appropriate than the 5-minute fix.